It's time to get back into one of my favorite comedians, Doug Stanhope. But first of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming out to the Amazing Them channel. I am Brother T-Roy. Doug is he's grown on me so much over the last few months, and I found a routine that I think I might like. It's called Liberty. Let's jump right into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm quite sure I will, so let's go.
The government should have no place in your love life. That should not. If you want to get married, it should be like joining a fraternity where you want to get married. You go to your church or your Chuck E. Cheese, and they do a crazy rain dance around you and some incantation, and pafoof, you're a married person. It doesn't mean anything. Well, what about tax breaks? Well, fuck, if you want tax breaks, incorporate, right? The government should only look at you as an individual, no matter what. Right? What if you're a fucking idiot and you're ugly? It's like the carpool lane. You can't find someone to marry. It's discrimination. It should not be a legal institution. It shouldn't exist. If marriage didn't exist, would you invent it? Would you go, baby, this shit we got together, it's so good, we gotta get the government in on this shit. We can't just share this commitment between us. We need judges and lawyers involved in this shit, baby. It's but someone invented it, and now you gotta do it or you're an asshole, right? It's like Secretary's Day. Every day was fine when you shuffled into the office till someone said, oh, it's Secretary's Day, and now you're a dick if you don't bring her flowers. Someone invented marriage, and now you're a dick if you don't marry her, and I'm a dick if I don't show up. And it's a boring, egomaniacal ritual that no one wants to go to. Don't ever for a second think that someone wants to be at your wedding. It's the most boring, horrifying experience. It's like watching someone make out on a bus for 6 hours. You're gonna wear your nicest clothes and show up and bring presents and tell witty anecdotes and I watch you, my friend up there going, I'm going to tell you what love and commitment mean to me. Is the first time I saw Laura Ann, my heart swelled up like a balloon. If I'm going to be that privy to your most intimate details, I'd rather just watch you fuck. That's a wedding. Yeah, let's just watch you fuck with a miner's cap and get in there and see all the fucking boils and fucking heat bumps and yeah, gross. It's a trick argument. There's so many. Pledge of Allegiance is in the Supreme Court, and that's another trick argument. Under God should be in the Pledge of Allegiance. No, it shouldn't. But we don't need a Pledge of Allegiance. Say that. Why do you need that brainwashing cult shit? If you have a good product, kids will figure it out on their own. You don't need advertising.
True.
12 years of forced advertising. Right? You've done drugs in here by applause, right? At some point. Did you have a good time? Did you ever see him advertised? Didn't need to. You get a good product, people come around. You don't need that shit. Well, you do have to have under God in there because the founding fathers based this country on the principles of Christianity. You want to worry about the Pledge of Allegiance, worry about not the under God part, worry about the liberty and justice for all. Talk to him in 2 years and see what justice is all about. Right? And liberty, the meaning of liberty, the dictionary definition, liberty means freedom from government restriction and control.
Yep.
Not only do we not have liberty, who has less liberty than the children you make say this? That's the irony. They get the least liberty of anyone. We don't have it. They got dick. They can't do shit. We have the oldest children in the world in this country. We don't let them do shit forever. You can't do shit. They can't drink. They can't smoke. They can't drive. They can't vote. They can't work. They can't fuck, for God's sakes. And you wonder why your teenager's such an asshole. You wonder why he's sitting in a Taco Bell parking lot after the Friday night high school football game. He's keying cars and he's smearing dog shit on your door handles for no particular reason. It's because he's bored out of his tit. You won't let him do anything else. You watch on the news, you see a 10-year-old kid in a third world country. He's got an AK-47 and a death stare looking right into the camera. That kid's not out spray painting overpasses on Saturday night. He's got shit to do. He's got a whole agenda. You learn by fucking up, and it takes you until you fucked up a bunch of times to learn. There's no magic number. You want to fix the Pledge of Allegiance, put a disclaimer at the end. With liberty and justice for all. Must be 18, void where prohibited. Some restrictions may apply, not available in all states.
Everything in America needs a disclaimer.
How do you pledge allegiance to a government? How do you do that? That's the dumbest thing. It's all America is a government. There's no such thing as we're Americans. That's just trivial bullshit to get you on the rooting for the home team, right?
I agree.
You're not an American. You're a guy or a chick or whatever. You're a person. You're an individual. That's it. What's that? Until the Mongols come over the hills swinging machetes trying to take our fucking fire hazard underground comedy club away from us. Yeah, then we all buddy up as one. But those days are over. There's no one trying to take over America. We weren't on the verge of speaking Iraqi, right? But as far as America goes, there's two countries in the world. Dick and not a dick. Those are the only two countries. The border goes all the way around like that, you know? Did you ever go to another country and meet another American when you didn't expect to? You're down in Costa Rica, out in the jungle, trying to fuck a monkey so you have a friend story to tell your buddy, and you wind up meeting another American and you didn't expect to. You always talk to them just on the trivia. Hey, you're from America. I'm from America. Where are you from? And it's never more than 3 sentences before you realize if I was in America, I wouldn't talk to this douchebag if my hair was on fire and he held a monopoly on liquid. What does that mean? I'm no more of an American than I am an Aries or an uncle. It's something you called me and I just was here. Right? I just showed up and you called me something. If you're going to pledge blind allegiance and call yourself American for a government that fucks you on a regular basis, democracy's the worst kind. I'm sorry, but it is. We get to pick our leaders. Well, what if I don't want a leader? Where does that vote go? I do good on my own. I don't want to be led.
True.
Is that freedom? American Idol was the #1 show on television for the last 2 years. Those are the people picking your leaders with less insight than they put into whether fucking Ruben Stoddard should win an award. It's dumb. You're gonna... Would you call yourself a Christian if they had a new Jesus every 4 years? You want to make a difference in the world, here's some things you can do. First, you work for a major corporation, fuck stuff up, break stuff. It's good for the economy. It drives their prices up. It makes the small businessman competitive again. Again, I'm bad with math, but I think that one will work. Trade out when you can. Don't buy things if you don't have to buy things. If you can trade out, if you're a pool cleaner and you're a carpet layer, don't buy each other's products, trade out. And that's how you fuck the tax man. They have so much of your money, they piss right in your face and they waste it. And they go, look at how much of your money we're wasting. Take it, you bitch. Fucking take my piss. They spent $30 million advertising the new $20 bill. $30 million to put TV ads. This is the new $20 bill. Who's the competition? What do you need to advertise? Well, we had to spare $30 million because we're pissing in his face. Give me $30 million while I fucking piss in your face. What do you think? I'm going to start spending Costa Rican colones if you don't give me... I don't like the new 20. It's more of an autumn color. I'm a spring. Trade out. They piss your money away like a bad MC Hammer behind the music story. And if you trade out, you can avoid that. You get my point. Here's the most important thing. Now that the cop's out of the room, we can talk about this. Here's the most important. I only got 4 minutes left up here. Take jury duty. This is how you beat him. Everyone tries to get out of jury duty like it's a big pain in the ass, but it's honestly the easiest way you can make a difference as a single human being. If you take jury duty and it's any kind of bullshit crime, any kind of drug possession, any prostitution, any victimless crime, anything that's none of your goddamn business, and you just say not guilty. If it's any kind of IRS bullshit, any .09 DUI, come on. you say not guilty. If it's any kind of class action lawsuit where some douchebag, her kid died in some weird fashion and she deserves compensation because there was no warning on the box that if her kid swallowed a Lincoln log sideways that he could have a bad day. So she wants $8.5 million because nothing spells relief of loss of a loved one like $8.5 million. It's just the principle of the thing. Yeah. Sue for a buck. It's about my baby. His father's Lincoln logs are terrible. Not guilty. See what I'm saying? No matter how guilty they obviously are. In fact, the more guilty they obviously are, the funnier it is when you say not guilty. The guy can be guilty as shit and sweating, big shaky crackhead and making up lies, yanking rabbits out of his ass for the judge. No, Your Honor, I was down in Colombia. I was in Colombia because I had to take a landscaping job for a weekend through a temp agency. I was a Kelly girl. I'm mowing lawns, but down in Bogota, you got to work naked for some reason. It's a weird custom that they have, but I didn't want to complain. I needed the gig, man. My rent was due. So I was bending over to pull start that lawnmower, and all of a sudden, a small, dart-headed frog that's indigenous to the area, it sprung out of the shrubbery, and it went fa-foop right into my rectum. And then I went delirious from the toxins in its skin. I blacked out, and the next thing I know, I'm walking through customs with a condom full of coke in my colon. And you say, same thing happened to me, not guilty. And then you go do bumps with the guy. You can make a difference. You just have to find the grip. You don't live in a free country. You got the flag on your shirt there. Oh, it's upside down. You're fucking sweet. It's not a free country. You're born free. I mean, you're born absolutely free except for laws of nature. Those, if you drink, you get drunk. That's a law. If you get old, you die. That's a law too. If you sit on a tack, you will bleed from the ass. These are the only laws that you're born with, and any government just fucks you out of that type of freedom. If you really think you're free tonight, you, hero, Officer Bond, you're a free man. You live in a free country, but you go upstairs, you take your own beer you risk your life for. You sit on the hood of your monster truck in the parking lot. Drink your beer and see how long it is before actual veteran cops come by and pound on you with truncheons on the kidneys to show. Why can't I do it? I'm just having a beer. What? I don't know. That's the law, though. You don't fuck around. You can't drive down the street without a seatbelt on. Why not? I don't know. You gotta put on a helmet. You can't sit in your own backyard naked. Your own filthy, dirty flesh that you're born with. You know that body you carry around? Filthy. You can't sit out. Why not? I don't know. That's just the way it is. Mother! You're not free. You're not free in the least. You need a diploma in this country to cut hair. You're free. You need to keep your tray in an upright and locked position during takeoff. It's not just a hack premise. It's a fucking felony. And Cunty the hero sky cunt will fucking throw you off the plane as a terrorist. We're going, why do I have to have this? This doesn't make sense. They say if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, then he's got to get a fishing license, but he doesn't have any money. So he's got to get a job, and he has to get into the Social Security system and pay taxes. And now you're going to audit the poor cocksucker, because he's not really good with math. You pull the IRS van up to your house, he'll take all your shit. He'll take your Black Velvet Elvis, and your Batman toothbrush, and your penis pump, and that all goes up for auction with the burden of proof on you, because you forgot to carry the one, because you were just worried about eating a fucking fish, and you couldn't even cook the fish because you needed a permit for an open flame. And then the health department is going to start asking you a lot of questions about where are you going to dump the scales and the guts. This is not a sanitary environment. And ladies and gentlemen, if you get sick of it all at the end of the day, not even legal to kill yourself in this country. Thanks again, John Ashcroft, you weird Bible addict, can't even handle his own drug. You were born free, you got fucked out of half of it, and you wave a flag celebrating.
True.
Hey, don't hold back.
argument?
Yeah, keep going.
The only true freedom that you find is when you realize and come to terms with the fact that you are completely and unapologetically fucked. And then you are free to float around the system. Thank you guys very much for coming out tonight.
I actually think you're free when you realize the small stuff don't matter and you don't have to deal with the small stuff. Like somebody trying to work you a certain way and you see right through all of that. You could just say no. I'm not participating in that. To me, that's a good form of freedom. And you thinking for yourself, and you can listen to what other people say and all that kind of stuff, and they may make some great points, but the points they made may not work for you. So you got to find out all the information you can and use those things to help you make a great decision for yourself. Those things relate to freedom to me. I don't let people pressure me into stuff. If I do something, I don't always do it to get something back. A lot of people in my acquaintance can tell you that I'll do something good for them and they'll be like, hey, hook me up. I'll hook you back up when I can. And I tell them no. Just go do something good for somebody else. Just like I did something good for you, go do something good for somebody else. And hopefully that person will go do something good for somebody else. That's the best way, at least for me, to go. Because I don't want to do something for somebody unless it's business and they feel they have to do something for me. That's not the reason why I did it. I did it because I wanted to help. I'm not doing it to look for something back. But liberty, a lot of people take their liberty for granted. A whole lot of people take their liberty for granted, and they let society dictate how they're supposed to maneuver through this wilderness here in America. But I say just watch people. Know the road that you want to choose to go on. Watch people, and even if they don't learn from their mistakes, you learn from their mistakes and you maneuver the best way you can. You're not going to get everything right all the time, but you know what's the best interest for you than some government or other entity trying to tell you what's best for you. You really know what's best for you. So don't give up your liberty, folks. And a lot of people are giving up their liberty for the illusion of safety in this country. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. I enjoy the type of humor Doug does. It can be off-putting to some people, but he cuts right through it. Even though in some of the things he was saying here was a little exaggerated, I get the point that he was trying to make. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back and see me again on the Amazing Them channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you next time on the Amazing Them. Take care.